Okay, so we need to figure out angles 1 through 10. And these problems to me are like a big puzzle and they're kind of fun to figure out what am I going to do. Now what I'm going to do first is I'm going to start by redrawing this. And the reason I'm redrawing this is I want to just focus on the first one. So this 1, 2, 120, 3, and then I have 4. And so this is angle 5 plus 55. And then I have over here, let's see here, this is 6, and this is 7 and 8. The reason I did that is I can kind of narrow this down as I go, and I'm trying to help myself ascertain it. So, using this fact, this means this almost also must be 120. They're vertical angles. This has to be 60 because they're supplementary angles, which then means that this is also 60. I could have also worked these right here, 1 and 120 are supplementary angles. The idea is that was pretty easy to figure those out. Now from here, I'm going to use that alternate. In this case, I have, let's see here, I have alternate. I'm looking, do I want interior? Yes, I want alternate interior angles. So this one here and this one here are alternate interior angles. So 120 has to be angle 5 plus 55. So then I do 120 minus 55 gives me 65. So angle 5 is 65. Okay? Which means then I know what this is, right? Because this, I said this whole thing was 120, so this has to be 60, which means this has to be 60. Now at this point, I'm going to go back to my original graph. I'm going to fill in what I know, and I'm going to see kind of where I'm landing. What am I still missing? So I had this, and then I had this, okay? So now what do I know? I know that this is 60, this is 120, this is 120, this is 60, okay? I know that this is 55. No, that wasn't what I decided. It was 65. There we go, 65. And this is 55. I'm like, no, that was two things. And what else did I know? I know that this is 60. So at this point, this is what I figured out. So I'm missing 4, 7, 8. So this one here, this one here, this one here, and then I want those two down there. But I can work this out. So let's continue working down our puzzle. Oh, I want to change to a kind of contrasting color. This is a straight angle, right? So I had 180. I used up 65 and 55. This is left with 60. These are also vertical angles here. Then I can start working this. These two are vertical angles. This is 55 and this is 65 because again, vertical angles. I also know that those three have to be 180. Then to come up here, I need 9 and 10. I'm going to use my alternate, see here, alternate exterior angles, and this is 55. These are vertical angles. This is also 55. So there are all my 10 angles, and I found them all. And you can see that most of them are just kind of like, okay, I know this fact, so this leads to this next fact, which leads to this next fact. And a problem like this is keeping track of where all the different facts lead you and keeping track of the different things. I do find in problems like this kind of stepping stone I did, remove a piece of this like this, I had too many angles in this little almost clock around N down here. And to be able to focus, to be able to see those, because what I was really noticing is that this right here is one angle. And I'm using that because then I use my alternate interior angles to make 120. But it helped me to see those in pieces. You could also see that like this, you might want to treat as one angle. As you go through, you're going to find you want to look at different pieces of the angle. And so sometimes breaking it down can be very useful.